cool start to the day today. We've got a band of rain pushing southwards and eastwards across Scotland, preceded by a fair bit of cloud, the best of the sunshine across parts of England and Wales. I'll have all the details in about 10 minutes. Good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful scene, as you say, Dan, and it's a chilly start to the day for some of us. Temperatures have fallen down to 3 degrees. Here too, there's some patchy mist and fog, nothing too troublesome. But as we go through the course of this week, it's going to be cooler than it was at the end of last week in particular, when temperatures got into the low 20s. Largely dry, although at times there will be some rain across the north and west of Scotland, and there'll also be some sunny spells as well. So today we've got a weather front coming in across the northwest, introducing some rain. That's going to be pushing southwards and eastwards through the day. Ahead of it, the cloud is going to continue to build. When we lose this morning's early mist and fog patches, well, we'll see a fair bit of sunshine across much of England and Wales. But as this cloud spreads a little bit further south, we could see the odd spot of rain getting into northern England or indeed Northern Ireland. And there'll be a keen breeze around this weather front in the north and northwest, but nowhere near as windy as it was here yesterday. Temperatures ranging from 9 in Lerwick, where we'll see some sunshine, to 16 or 17 as we come further south. Now, through this evening and overnight, our band of rain continues to push southwards and eastwards, some of that getting in across northeast England into East Anglia as well. Further south, there'll be some breaks in the cloud, and we could well see some patchy mist and fog forming once again. Not a particularly cold night, although in the south under clear skies, temperatures could fall away to 4 degrees. And if you're interested in the Northern Lights, tonight could be a good night for watching out for them in Shetland. Sal and Dan. Morning, everybody. It's a chilly start to the day this morning. I'll show you that in just a jiffy. But as we go through this week, it's going to be cooler generally than last week. Largely dry. There is some rain in the forecast. I'm also looking at some sunny spells as well. So let's take a look at the rainfall. So as we go through the week, you can see the key here. The heaviest rain will be across the north and the west of Scotland. Dry for many of us through much of the week. We'll see a little bit more rain by the time we get to the latter part of the working week, but not huge amounts. Again, the light blues shown here in the key. But it is cold if you're just stepping out. In Benson in Oxfordshire, the temperature at the moment is 3 degrees. In Sennybridge and Powys, it's only 4. Knightsbridge in County Down in Northern Ireland, we're looking at 4 degrees. But as we go to the Outer Hebrides, Benbecula, 12 degrees. It's almost tropical. Here we've got a weather front bringing in all this cloud and also some rain. High pressure firmly in charge. The weather fairly settled. Not much in the way of wind, although it is breezy across the northwest today. Around this weather front, not as windy as it was yesterday. So this rain is going to continue to push southwards and eastwards, cloud building ahead of it, thick enough potentially across parts of northern England and also Northern Ireland at times to give the odd spot of rain. The brightest skies will be further south, where you can see there's hardly a breeze. These are the average wind speeds. The gusts will be that bit stronger, more especially across the north and the west. Temperatures today ranging from 9 in Lerwick to 17 in Cardiff. Now, through this evening and overnight, our rain continues its journey, pushing southwards and eastwards, getting in across northeast England, eventually into East Anglia as well. There'll be a fair bit of cloud around, but where the cloud breaks, especially in southern areas, we could well see some patchy mist and fog forming. And in clear skies further south, temperatures could fall away as low as 4 or 5 degrees, so a nippy start to the day tomorrow. But high pressure is still in charge, although being pushed out towards the west. Here's our weather front, which during the day will decide to come back inland. So we'll start off with all this cloud around, some light rain and drizzle across Scotland, and then the rain comes in across East Anglia. We could see some spots in the Midlands, in North Wales, but nothing too heavy. The best of the sunshine will be in the south. That's reflected in the temperatures, 17 or 18 degrees being our top, 9 in Lerwick. As we move on into Wednesday, well, Wednesday once again, fairly cloudy for many of us. The sunniest skies will be across southern and eastern parts of England. It will be windy as well across the north and the west. And here we'll see a few spots of rain at times, with our temperature range 12 to about 18 degrees. But then as we head towards the end of the week, we've got this weather front sinking southwards. Now, this is a cold front. You can see more of a northerly flow, the high pressure coming in with it. And that means as we head towards the latter part of the week, the cooler air is going to flow across the whole of the UK. So for the latter part of the week, note how the temperatures come down on Friday and Saturday, 12s and 14s. Still be a lot of dry weather around, but there'll also still be some rain across the north and the west. Sal and Dan. Start to the day, we've got some rain across the northwest of Scotland. That's slowly slipping southeastwards as we go through the day, with cloud building ahead of it. The best of the sunshine will be across parts of England and Wales. I'll have all the details later in the programme. Morning both, good morning to you. It is lovely, isn't it, Sal? And it does really show what the weather's going to be like as we go through this week for many of us. For starters, it's going to be cooler than last week, but it will be largely dry. There's some rain in the forecast, and we'll see some sunny spells as well. Now, what we've got is rain at the moment coming in across northern and western Scotland, accompanied by a keen breeze. That's going to be slipping slowly southwards and eastwards through the day, with the cloud building ahead of it. So across parts of northern England and Northern Ireland, you might catch the odd spot of rain through the day. A bit more cloud too, building at times across England and Wales. Having said that, you're likely to see the lion's share of the sunshine, as we will later on across the Northern Isles. Temperatures in Lerwick, 9 degrees, up to about 17 in Cardiff. Now, through this evening and overnight, our band of rain continues to push southwards and eastwards, heavy at times before it starts to lighten a touch, and we'll see it getting into northeast England and also East Anglia. Under clear skies across the south, well, we could see some patchy mist and fog form, and temperatures fall away as low as, say, 4 degrees. But if you're into the Northern Lights, there's a good chance in Shetland tonight you might see them. Certainly worth going out to have a look. Tomorrow then, some rain and drizzle across Scotland, petering out as we go through the day. We'll also see some spots of rain coming across East Anglia into the Midlands and North Wales, and temperatures 9 again in Lerwick to about 17 or 18 as we push further south. Dan and Sal.
Carol, what's happening out there?
Good morning. Well, there's a lot happening out there actually, Dan. It's a chilly start to the day for starters if you haven't yet ventured out. You can see a beautiful sky though in Essex this morning, courtesy of one of our weather watchers. And as we go through this week, it is going to be cooler than last week. Largely dry. There is some rain in the forecast, and we're looking at sunny spells as well. Today, high pressure is firmly in charge of our weather, but this is the front bringing in the rain across northern and western Scotland, and around it too, we've got some brisk breezes as well. Here's the rain. It's been piling in through the early hours of today. Ahead of it, there's a lot of cloud across northern England and Northern Ireland. So here too, we are seeing some spots of rain, and that scenario will continue through the day as the rain pushes a little bit further south and eastwards. Ahead of it, the cloud will build, and just here and there in southern Scotland, northern England and Northern Ireland, you could catch the odd spot. Come south again, yes, there'll be some cloud around, but equally there'll be a lot of dry weather and a fair bit of sunshine. So as we go through the rest of the day, while we are looking at a lot of dry weather across England and also Wales, here comes this rain pushing southwards and eastwards. Some of it at times will be heavy, more especially in the north and west, and we've got that keen breeze as well. Temperatures 9 in Lerwick to 17 in Cardiff. Then as we head on through the evening and overnight, it continues to push steadily southwards and eastwards. We'll see more rain getting into northeast England, eventually into East Anglia, but there will be some clear skies across parts of the south, allowing temperatures to fall to about 4 or 5 degrees in some sheltered rural areas. Here too, we could see some patchy mist and fog forming. But under clear skies in Shetland, if you are a fan of the Northern Lights, it would be worth getting out tonight just to have a look, because there's a good chance you will see them if the cloud remains broken. Now tomorrow we've got our weather front draped across Scotland and down the east coast, still producing some light rain and drizzle. It will tend to peter out across Scotland for most through the day, and we'll see some of it get in through East Anglia, the Midlands, North Wales, and a fair bit of cloud around. The brightest skies will be across the far south of England. Northern Ireland not immune to the odd spot of rain either. Into Wednesday, many of us, there will be some mist and fog to get rid of first thing in the south, and it's also going to be windy across the far north of Scotland, where we will see a few showers. Temperatures then 12 to about 18 degrees. And on Thursday, weather front coming in across the far north of Scotland, it's a cold front, is going to introduce some rain and some brisker winds coming from a chilly direction, namely from the north. And this rain is going to slowly slip southwards as we go through the next few days. Ahead of it, we are looking at some clearer skies, some sunshine, but across northern England, North Wales, south of Northern Ireland, we will hang on to a fair bit of cloud. But one thing you'll notice is eventually, through the course of Thursday night into Friday, when it eventually does clear away that front, it is going to turn cooler than we've been used to across the board, with some frost across the north. Sally and Dan. The day today, we've got some rain and a keen breeze across the north and northwest of Scotland. Fair bit of cloud building ahead of it with the odd spot of rain. The sunniest skies will be across parts of England and Wales. I'll have all the details coming up later. Well, I'm going to start off by showing you a beautiful picture of Glenfinnan. Look at this. The weather this week, though, is a wee bit different from how it was last week because, for starters, it's going to be cooler than last week. If you recall, at the end of last week, some of us had temperatures into the low 20s. This week, they'll be around average, or for some in the north, just below at times. But it will be largely dry. There's a little bit of rain in the forecast, and we'll see some sunny spells. So, talking of rain, here it is across the north and northwest of Scotland, accompanied today by a keen breeze. Now, ahead of that, the cloud's going to continue to build, and what you'll find is across Northern Ireland, southwest Scotland, northern England, you too could catch the odd spot of rain, as we've already seen this morning. But for the rest of England and Wales, although there'll be some fair weather cloud around, there'll also be some sunshine, with our temperature range 9 to about 17 degrees. Now, through this evening and overnight, our rain continues to push southwards and eastwards, eventually getting in across northeast England, East Anglia as well. And in the south, there'll be some breaks in the cloud. So in sheltered parts in the south, we could see temperatures dip to about 4 or 5 degrees. And here too, we could see some patchy mist and fog forming. If you are interested in the Northern Lights, though, it may well be worth stepping outside tonight in Shetland. If the skies remain clear, you could well be lucky and see them. But tomorrow, if we pick up that rain again, it's going to come back inland. So for Scotland, we've got some patchy light rain. That will tend to peter out as we go through the day, but we'll see some spots across East Anglia, into the Midlands, North Wales and also Northern Ireland. Temperatures ranging from 9 in the north to 17 as we push down towards the south. And as we head towards the end of the week, Salandan, it is going to turn cooler again. Good morning, everybody. Dan, this morning you probably would need to be full of beans because it's a bit nippy in some parts of the country. Look at this, Bude, 5 degrees in the southwest. And in Northern Ireland, we've got 8 degrees, St Helier, 12 degrees. Very much is dependent on whether you're under cloud or you've got clear skies. This week it's going to be cooler than it was last week, with temperatures round about average or for some just below, more especially in the northwest. It will be largely dry, although there is some rain in the forecast, and we're looking at some sunny spells as well. Now, talking of rain in the forecast, here's the key. As we go through this week, we've got the darker colours, so the heavier rain is going to be across the north and the west, but through the week, more of us will see some rain, but small amounts, as you can see from that key as well. So for many of us, it is going to be dry. But this morning across the north and west of Scotland, we do have some rain and a keen breeze. More cloud ahead of that across parts of northern England, southern Scotland and Northern Ireland. So you too will see some spots now and again, as we have done already this morning. But come south again, and we're looking at some clearer skies. There will be some areas of cloud floating around through the day, but here's where we'll see more sunshine. Now, breezes today are generally light, but across the north and west of Scotland will be brisk around that band of rain. These white circles represent average wind speeds. And temperatures 9 in Lerwick to 17 in Cardiff. As we head on through the evening and overnight, here comes the rain, pushing southwards and eastwards, getting in across northeast England into East Anglia. There'll be some clear skies across southern England, allowing the temperature to fall away in some sheltered areas as low as 4 or 5 degrees. And here too, in the light winds, we're looking at some patchy mist and fog forming. If you're interested in the aurora borealis, then in Shetland tonight, we could well hang on to some clear skies. So worth whipping outside. You might be lucky. You might actually see the northern lights. Now, tomorrow we have this weather front, which is heading south and east today, if you recall, but tomorrow it's going to start to come back towards the west. So that means that we start off with rain across Scotland, parts of eastern England, and then through the day it drifts over, bringing some rain not just to East Anglia, but also in through parts of the Midlands, North Wales and Northern Ireland. The rain that we have in Scotland will tend to be patchy in nature, and most of it will peter out. But as you can see, there's a lot of cloud around. The breaks in the cloud more likely in the south of England, where we'll see some sunshine. Now, heading on into Wednesday, once again a fair bit of cloud around, some sunny breaks here and there, a few showers coming in across the northwest, and after some low cloud mist and fog in the south, that should tend to lift, but it may just lift into some low cloud as we go through the day, with temperatures ranging from 12 to about 18 degrees. As we head on into Thursday, this cold front will bring in some rain, changing the wind direction to more of a northerly, and as this front sinks southwards, it will take its rain with it, but we'll also see colder air filter in as well across the land. So once again, you'll notice a change in the weather, most certainly in the temperatures. So as we head through the ensuing few days, on Friday we've got the rain sinking southwards, behind it some brighter skies, a lot of cloud, and then into the weekend, Most of us will be dry, variable amounts of cloud, but some rain at times across the northwest. Dan and Sal.
Carol, thank you very much. Is it a little bit early for us to be seeing the Northern Lights?
No.
Oh,
well, we cleared that one up. Carol, thank you.
I thought you were going to say, is it too early to ask for a Christmas forecast?
No, it definitely is.
Horrified for a second. Horrified.
Oh, Carol, we love you. Thank you so much.
Short question, short